Well, first of all, we had decided to make ourselves a corporation, the Institute, so that we would be able to collect our own royalties and stuff like that. And Herman Wells liked that idea. He said, that's good, because if you get in trouble, then you're a separate corporation. If you're famous, then we'll say, yeah, you're part of IU. But if you do anything bad, we'll disown you. So we had a thing. We could do research, but we couldn't teach. But that changed because the National Institute of Health said, yeah, this is silly. Here you guys are, the major sex researcher thing, and 50 miles away in Indianapolis, where we're training doctors. They don't have any sex education. You've got to start teaching them. So I remember going to Wells and saying, they want us to educate the doctors. Wells said, yeah, well, that makes sense. He said, okay, you can do it. You can teach the doctors, but not the ordinary students here. Later that changed, and I was teaching all the ordinary students too. Well, in the first place, as a sex researchers, we already had 2 strikes on us, and so we had to be careful about politics. In fact, during the McCarthy era, all the faculty had to take an oath of allegiance to the United States. But we, Pomeroy and I and Martin, we were so down on the list that we weren't required to do this. But Kinsey had to make some statement to this effect. We got mixed up because people were saying this Kinsey Institute is destroying the moral fiber of the United States and making it easier for a communist takeover. They literally said that in Congress. That had a bad effect on our Rockefeller people that were funding us. So they decided, the Rockefeller Institute decided they'd better drop us. So they did. But that was because there was pressure on them. I think the main thing is we made sex research famous and pretty much respectable. Before us, there had been only a few attempts at sex research, and they had all ended in disaster in this country. But we were the first one, you might say, to have an academic status at a major university. I think just setting the stage for sex research was our biggest contribution.